have Vincent Lytle joining us today. He's a quarterback, class of 2023, 5'11", 180 out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. And you may recognize that name, Lytle, because his older brother just recently went down to, is it Dartmouth?
Dartmouth, yeah.
Went down to Dartmouth to play. So Vincent hopefully will follow in his footsteps, and he's playing at St. Paul's. So Vincent, just give us a little bit of a history of how you started playing football.
Well, my dad grew up in a small town in North Carolina. He got a lot of offers, but he decided to go to the University of Notre Dame. After college, he went to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and we've been here since then. So it's pretty much never a choice whether or not I was going to play football or not. That has been the plan since day one.
Do you play any other sports?
I'm trying to run track and field, but with COVID-19, it's hard to get started.
Have you always played at quarterback?
Yep. Ever since, we call it Terminator here, but I'm sure the name changes. Ever since I was about 7 years old, I guess I was the only one that could kind of grasp how the plays worked. So I got stuck at quarterback, and I decided to stick with it.
And do you like it?
I do. I really do.
Because for a minute there, I was like, does he like playing quarterback or no?
No, I like playing quarterback. It was never my choice, but I'm happy.
You've grown to love it.
I've grown to love it. I have.
What do you like most about playing quarterback?
I think it's a position where it's the most rewarding. Mm-hmm. So the work that I put in, whether it's film in the gym or doing any sort of training, really, it really shows up on the field, and it really improves my play.
What type of player would you say you are?
Well, I'm a dual threat. I'd say that I'm a player that's goal-oriented, and I think that's most of what drives me. I set goals for myself, and I achieve them.
Are you, would you say that you're a bit feisty on the field, or are you more of just you're dialed in and you keep your mouth shut and you just run the plays?
It's kind of interesting. I'm kind of a mix of both. I'm not exactly aggressive or anything, but I like to think that I command the field, and I like to think that I'm close friends with all my teammates, especially my linemen, and I make sure to keep them all in the right mindset.
What type of coaching gets you going the most? Like what motivates you or drives you?
To be completely honest, I'm used to pretty angry coaches. I'm used to a lot of yelling. So that's just what I'm used to. I've had all different kinds of coaches, and they've all been great. So, but yeah, I'd say loud coaches. They get through to me.
Did your dad ever coach you?
Yeah, he coached me when I was little, pretty little. So, he was loud as well. He's a big CFL fullback. So
he was preparing you for the future.
Yeah.
During the season, when we have one, what is your favorite part about football? Is it practices? Is it games? Is it team rituals? What is it?
I'd say games. I feel like the week leading up to a big game is, there's a lot of anticipation. There's a lot of new things we do in practice to get prepared. And once I'm there, it really feels like kind of the climax, all the work I've put in. And a lot of the time, me and my teammates, we have fun on the field. Like we enjoy being there. We go in and do our work.
Do you have any fun pre-game rituals or anything that you guys do at St. Paul's?
Not really. No.
Really?
No, not that I can think of.
So you said you're a very goal-oriented person. What are your goals for this upcoming season?
Most important thing I want to see for my own development is movement inside the pocket. I think that outside of the pocket, since the end of last season, I've really been able to improve that. Mm-hmm. But I want to put a little bit more work into my movement inside the pocket.
Do you have any, fitness goals or like 40s or, combine type drill stuff that you've been working on? Or?
Well, the last time I ran a 40 was about a year ago at the CFC Combine. So I want to take at least a tenth of a second off my time.
How did the pandemic affect your off-season training?
Well, I haven't been able to get on the field, so I've more focused on strength, speed. I have been able to do 7-on-7.
Okay.
So that's with my reads. That's helped with arm strength a lot. Just getting a lot of reps. But there's something different about being on a field, full equipment, in the play.
What are your aspirations off the field? Like academically, what would you like to do at a post-secondary institute or even career-wise once your playing days are done?
I'm thinking about studying either political science or law. Not much of a math person, but I'd say those subjects interest me, and I do well in the humanities courses. So,
where did the political science interest come from? Curious.
My brother, he doesn't play football, but I guess, well, my grandfather was an MLA, and he was a cabinet minister. And my older brother, not the one who's going to Dartmouth, but another one, is a political science major right now.
How did he get out of not playing football?
It didn't. How
was that even allowed in your household?
He didn't. I don't know. He didn't like it. It wasn't his thing.
What do you think? Because your family obviously has taught you guys, all of you, well, the two that you and your older brother that I know, academically, you guys really value your grades and that type of thing. So how do you find balancing, your schoolwork, playing well? You do have to have a social life at some point. So how do you balance all that? How do you find that?
I have I don't want to say a rigid schedule, but I make sure I get a few things done a day. I'm really strict about making sure I get it done, and then any off time I have, I'll waste it doing whatever. But I make sure that I'm at my practices. They start 6:20 at school until about 3. Then it's working out, and then it's homework. So I make sure that I get all those things done. And besides that, I can play video games or do whatever.
Just relax, downtime.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, how would you, for the recruiting process, it sounds like you've developed some pretty good habits. So you're just kind of starting down that path and that journey, but watching your brother, what he went through, how do you anticipate what you're going to like the most? Or do you think that that's going to be a bit of a stressful thing for you? He rolls his eyes.
The recruiting process for my brother was difficult. He had to work hard to get his offer. We're talking hundreds, thousands, maybe over 1,000 messages to coaches, sending out his film, emails, Twitter, freezing cold, filming, him doing drills, and just a lot of work he put in. I do think that I will get an opportunity. I'm faithful that I will get a good opportunity like he got. So I guess I'm excited for it, but I'm ready to put in some work. I see the dedication that it takes.
How do you find the pressure, both at playing quarterback, but also just the pressure of performing well?
Yeah, you hear from a lot of different people saying, focus on yourself, focus on your own improvement. So that's kind of the mentality that I've had. I've always trusted that, as long as I'm working on myself, as long as I'm getting better, I'm achieving the goals that I want. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to have to worry. Things are going to come in place for me. They did for my brother. They did for my dad back in the day, a long time ago. But, it's always been about focusing on yourself and achieving my own goals. I
know your parents and your family really support you. Do you have a pretty good nucleus of friends and teammates and others that are going to support you and help you get to do these goals and get you where you want to go?
Definitely. My family has been really supportive. They're always there for me. I can hit up any of my teammates and they will be out throwing a football with me in 20 minutes. So I have people around me that are also passionate about the sport, and that helps to keep me focused as well.
I was gonna say that must make it easier to say no to all the other peer pressures of being in high school. It must just kind of just make it easier for you just to say no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I've never really had an interest in getting into any trouble. The people I'm around don't do things that are bad, so I've never felt the pressure to.
Where do you want this end goal to be? Where do you want football to take you?
Well, my main focus right now is to play Division I college football. I want to play in college. Beyond that, it would be amazing to play beyond that.
What are you watching on Netflix or any other streaming service?
Netflix? I don't watch Netflix. I watch pretty much all we have going is NFL Network. That's pretty much it. Just watching the draft, I guess.
If you could have any video game, what would it be? You can only have one.
Probably a game on my phone. I'm not really sure.
Candy Crush?
Yeah. It's portable. I can play it anywhere. I don't really have to sit down and actually waste time.
Do you prefer dogs or cats?
Oh, dogs.
Sweet or salty?
Salty, probably.
If you could speak any other language, what would it be?
Probably Mandarin.
You are seriously like the fourth kid that wants to learn Mandarin. Is this a thing right now?
Because here, just get the ability to not play, but speak any language. It'll be Mandarin because you get to avoid the 12 years of learning it takes. Right? So I can, then if I speak English, French, and Mandarin, I can speak to like 70% of the population of the world. So,
what is your dream destination for vacation?
North Carolina, the Smoky Mountains, the area. Just being out in the wilderness I've been a few times, and it's a good place to be.
Pineapple on pizza or not?
Absolutely not.
Why?
It's kind of gross. I mean, like,
tell us what you really think.
When I go for a bite of pizza, I'm not trying to get anything sweet. If I want to eat, I'm not there to play games. I want a standard pepperoni, pepperoni bacon, something like that. Not all this fancy sweet garbage. I don't like it.
I'm not here to play games.
I'm not here. No, I'm not. I'm trying to eat.
You meet a genie. He's giving you 3 wishes. What are you wishing for? And you can't wish for more wishes.
Funny that you say this. The ability to speak any language. I think that would be fun. I want to be able to run a 3.9, right? Because that's like, you pretty much guarantee yourself a professional athlete in any sport you play.
Anything, yeah.
Without raising too many eyebrows, you know what I mean? Like, if you're on a 2 flat, you're probably going to be banned. It's like superhuman level. $15 million.
If that's a random number, why? Like, why wouldn't you just say, I want to be the richest person in the world?
Okay. Because if you have too much money, you have too much stuff to manage. And then, like,
yeah, but if you have that much money, you hire somebody to manage it.
Yeah, what am I going to do with it? It's just going to sit there. And I want to feel like I earn something. Like, imagine I just sit there. I'm going to get bored very fast.
That's true. Yep.
And if I've, $1 million, like, it's possible to burn through that.
Oh, yeah. Out here in BC, you can't even buy a house with $1 million.
Exactly. I'd say about 15 million. That's a good place to be.
Who would win a fight between Spider-Man and Batman?
Batman doesn't lose, so Batman.
You're in the NFL. You're a quarterback. Who is the person that you would just absolutely love to toss a ball to?
Randy Moss, just because I think it would make a good highlight. It'll be nice and flash.
It would be flash.
Right?
That's for sure, yeah. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
I mean,
you're not playing games when you're eating pizza. So, we got to have something going on when you're eating a hot dog. If you even eat hot dogs.
I'd say yes. I'd say yes is probably a sandwich. Because, if you say hot dog isn't a sandwich, then you have to, exclude a bunch of different things. Like, if a sandwich is just 2 pieces of bread and then something in between, what about an open-faced sandwich? And what about sandwiches that use, lettuce instead of buns, right? So then you end up disqualifying a whole list of sandwiches. So I think a sandwich should be a pretty broad, term.
That's unique. I have not got that answer yet. So that's creative. You're thinking outside the box there. That's great. You are not like your brother at all.
He's boring. I know he came on here and said the most boring answer. I know he came on here with boring answers.
Well, I'm looking forward to continuing watching you in these next few years as you're playing. So we'll keep our eye on you.
Okay, thank you.
Looking for more exclusive Canadian recruiting content? Become a CFC Insider Gold or Silver member today for access to rankings, analysis, and the latest recruiting news from across the country.